transport and logistics infrastructure. 3. Energy, natural resources, and public utilities, as well as 4. Innovation and technology. There will also be 3 new sessions introducing project opportunities from the Middle East markets such as Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, Kuwait, and Oman. Don't forget to visit the Hong Kong Zone, the Mainland Pavilion, the Middle East Pavilion, the Global Investment Zone, and RCEP Tech Zone to meet Hong Kong's world-class service providers and project owners from the Belt and Road countries. Our exhibitors will share their insights and project highlights in open forum at Hall E next to the exhibition area. The sponsors and partners in exhibition area will be delighted to discuss with you to explore business and investment opportunities. This year, we have also mounted central display located at Hall 5D, highlighting prominent projects which the Belt and Road Initiative has so far brought about and showcasing the many contributions which Hong Kong has made. We cordially invite you to avail yourself to explore the area. As a courtesy to all our speakers, please kindly switch your mobile phones or any electronic devices to silent mode during the session. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, may I remind you that the summit will be conducted in English and Putonghua. You may tune your headset to Channel 1 for English and Channel 2 for Putonghua. If you do not have a headset, please get one near the room entrance. 一带一路高峰论坛将会以英语及普通话进行，即时传译耳机的频道1为英语，频道2为普通话。如果阁下没有传译耳机，请到门口附近的服务柜台领取，谢谢合作。Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Once again, I would like to recommend all of you please make your way to your seats as soon as possible as the program will commence shortly. 大家早上好，请大家尽快就座，我们的论坛活动很快就会开始。Please kindly find a seat and please get yourself seated and get ready for the program. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. The Belt and Road Summit will begin shortly. So may I ask all of you, please kindly make your way to your seats now, please, so we can start our program on time. 大家早上好，各位来宾早上好。那首先呢，想邀请各位贵宾，请移步到你们的座位上面，尽快就座，因为我们今天论坛的活动即将开始。谢谢大家合作。Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recommend and also encourage all of you, please be seated now as our program will commence shortly. Thank you. 各位贵宾，我们今天活动即将开始，请大家尽快就座，谢谢合作。 Ladies, gentlemen, the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, and other guests will now enter the summit venue. Please give them a warm welcome. 各位嘉宾，请以热烈的掌声欢迎香港特别行政区行政长官李家超先生以及其他贵宾进场。Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vinci, and I'm pleased to be your MC today. Welcome to the Belt and Road Summit 2023, jointly organized by the government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, and supported by the Office of the Commissioner of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. 各位贵宾，大家早上好。欢迎莅临由香港特别行政区政府以及香港贸易发展局合办，并获中华人民共和国外交部驻香港特别行政区特派员公署支持举办的2023一带一路高峰论坛。Before we start, let's take a look at a short video on Hong Kong's contribution on the Belt and Road Initiative. 在论坛开始之前，请大家细心欣赏一集名为《八载论坛》。助力共建“一带一路”的短片。 Wow, that's an amazing video and amazing contributions and milestone that we achieved, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause. I hope you all enjoyed this video showcasing Hong Kong's contribution to the Belt and Road Initiative since it was announced a decade ago, as well as how the Belt and Road Summit, now entering the 8th edition, has been promoting Hong Kong as a key function platform for the Belt and Road Initiative. This summit will feature more than 90 senior officials and business leaders from countries and regions along and beyond the Belt and Road. May we now invite Dr. Peter Lam, Chairman of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, onto the stage to deliver welcome remarks. 现在我们有请香港贸易发展局主席林建岳博士为我们致欢迎词，有请林主席。
The Honourable Vice Premier, Mr. Ding Xiexiang, Chief Executive, Mr. John Yee, Director Zheng, Vice Minister Ge, Vice Chairman Gou, Deputy Secretary General Xiao, Minister Sukarliv, Dr. Luman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the Belt and Road Summit, organized by the Hong Kong SAR government and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council. This year's summit is especially meaningful as we mark 10 years of the Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI. The vision of the BRI in 2013 and now is to connect countries, economies, and people, to connect trade, finance, infrastructures, and people-to-people exchange from East Asia to Central Asia, Southeast Asia, further to the Middle East, Europe, Africa, and beyond. The aim has always been to achieve common developments and prosperities across the world. With the economic access tilt toward Asia and the rise of emerging markets in Asia, the future of the BRI is promising as it is further boosted by the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area developments, regional comprehensive economic partnership, and various developments planned in the Middle East. In this new normal, we need to cooperate more closely and find new ways to overcome global challenges. Cooperation leads to innovations, and innovation drives growth. Growth builds resilience. Economies need to rebuild resilience in a post-pandemic era. And all this can be done by engaging more with the emerging markets, which provide impetus for the new growth. It also calls for a greater focus on new industries, such as innovation and technology, as well as sustainable abilities. Hong Kong is the ideal platform to facilitate all of above. As an international finance and business hub and gateway between mainland China and the rest of the world, Hong Kong has always been an effective platform to connect countries and regions around the Belt and Road and beyond. Hong Kong can facilitate many opportunities given its role in the Greater Bay areas and proximities to the wider Asian market. With this as a backdrop, our summit is themed prospering on a decade of cooperations. We will look at how we can work together over the past 10 years can inform and shape future cooperations. Leaders from the governments, business, and academy will deep dive in a wide range of topics, from regional cooperations to high-quality developments, from finance to sustainable abilities, and more. Participants can gain valuable markets insight on the Middle East, ASEAN, and beyond. Dialogues are complemented by project investments sections from these promising regions. Aside from these sections, deal-making is central to the summit. I encourage you to network and find ways to cooperate for success. In closing, I would like to thank our speakers, sponsors, and partners for making this event possible. I wish you all a very fruitful summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lam. For the welcome remarks, please be seated. 谢谢林主席，请回座。As what Dr. Lam mentioned in his welcome remarks, this year's summit is a very meaningful one as it marks the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative. And coming next, may we now invite the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, to deliver the opening address. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国香港特别行政区行政长官李家超先生为我们致开幕词，有请行政长官。
The Honorable Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang, the Honorable Mr. Zheng Yanxiong, Deputy Director of the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office and Director of the Liaison Office of the Central People's Government, Vice Minister Guo Tingting of the Ministry of Commerce, Vice Chairman Gao Ping of the State-Owned Access, Supervision and Administration Commission, Deputy Secretary General Sao Wei-ming of the National Development and Reform Commission, honorable ministers and senior officials from Belt and Road economies, Dr. Peter Lam, Chairman of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Hong Kong. Welcome to the 2023 Belt and Road Summit. This 8th edition of the Belt and Road Summit promises to be particularly special. An anniversary year is always memorable. This year, we welcome the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative. The initiative is an inspired strategy designed to bring countries, economies, businesses, and peoples together. The theme of this two-day high-profile event, prospering on a decade of collaboration, makes that abundantly clear. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang, who addressed this event with a video shortly. Indeed, the central government has all along provided its solid support to this summit. Hong Kong plays the role of participant, contributor, and beneficiary in the Belt and Road Initiative. Hong Kong remains steadfast in promoting the advancement of this wide-ranging blueprint and contributing to our country's efforts in global governance. This year's summit is, I'm pleased to note, the first in-person, face-to-face edition since we moved from COVID. We are opened up once again to doing what we do best, creating a world of opportunity. I'm delighted to see how well the world has responded. The summit has attracted nearly 6,000 government officials, business leaders, entrepreneurs, and startups from some 70 countries and regions along the Belt and Road. More than 100 overseas and mainland delegations are here for the summit. The number of foreign ministers attending and the number of MOUs being exchanged and signed at this year's global meeting are all larger than that of any previous Belt and Road Summit. These record-breaking numbers are clear and compelling confirmation that Hong Kong has returned to the world's center stage. Back in 2013, President Xi Jinping launched the Silk Road Economic Belt during a visit to Kazakhstan. In Indonesia, later that year, he added the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road. President Xi's vision, then as now, was to see the extraordinary promise in pursuing common development and prosperity for all. Today, more than 150 countries and over 30 international organizations have signed cooperation agreements with China in collective pursuit of that, ladies and gentlemen, has set in motion more than 3,000 cooperation projects, nearly $1 trillion in investment towards a multiplicity of national landmarks, bilateral developments, and livelihood issues and initiatives. Collectively, they account for about 40% of the global GDP and 45% of the world's merchandise trade. Hong Kong is determined to embrace the vast promise of the Belt and Road. The Hong Kong SL government is redoubling efforts to serve as the Belt and Road's functional platform. Under the unique one country, two systems principle, Hong Kong is bestowed with the strong support of our country and long-standing global connections. Hong Kong is an important conduit between mainland China and the world. We are expanding our cooperation with Belt and Road partners in a wide range of areas, from trade and investment, innovation and technology, to infrastructure development, and many more, for the common good, for the common prosperity of our people and peoples everywhere. Hong Kong is your ideal Belt and Road center. The opportunities begin here, on the doorstep of mainland China, in particular, the Greater Bay Area. The GBA is a cluster city development that counts the special administrative regions of Hong Kong and Macau and 9 other cities in southern China. The GBA boasts an affluent consumer-led population of more than 86 million. The combined GDP of the GBA's 11 cities has surpassed $1.9 trillion last year. That is equivalent to the 10th largest economy in the world. More than 260 delegates representing over 35 state-owned enterprises from mainland China have joined this year's summit. They will take part in project investment and business sessions throughout today and tomorrow. I urge you to make full use of the opportunity to understand from them the enormous development potential of our country. I also encourage you to capitalize on Hong Kong's world-class financing, as well as our professional services support, crucial for business and project development. Here, you can find the partners you need: risk management, legal and dispute resolution services, architectural and infrastructure management, INT offerings, and much more. That includes the Middle East and ASEAN, two regions to which I led high-level business delegations to visit earlier this year. The visits illustrate our deepening collaboration with Belt and Road partners, and it's good to see that many of the friends we made on the two trips are here with us today. More than building partnerships and friendships, Hong Kong delegates entered into some 50 MOUs and letters of intent during the visits. That underlines the unlimited potential of the regions and their countries, and our mutually strong desire for growth and prosperity. These MOUs cover a wide range of areas, from managing a dry port and logistics zone in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the establishment of an international office of the Dubai Chambers here in Hong Kong. Saudi Arabia's Future Investment Initiative Institute will host its first Priority Asia Summit right here in Hong Kong in December. If you have a keen interest in INT, in Saudi Arabia, and in its Vision 2030 blueprint, I want to add, and you want to see, that the summit is in your calendar to happen. And of course, you're off to a great start here when it comes to exploring opportunities with Middle East partners. Later this morning, Christopher Hui, our Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury, will chair a policy dialogue tapping into the potential of the Middle East. The high-powered panel will include honorable ministers and senior officials from Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Our first Middle East Forum gets going tomorrow morning with business intelligence and insight from senior Middle East government officials and corporate leaders. And there's more, including a special finance chapter spotlighting Hong Kong as a capitalist and capital-raising hub for the Middle East, ASEAN, and beyond. Hong Kong is, let me add, strengthening financial ties with Dubai, exchanging an MOU on financial cooperation at this summit. As for ASEAN, during my visit to Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore in July, the leaders of each country reaffirmed their support for Hong Kong's accession to RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. RCEP, the world's largest free trade agreement, covers a market of some 2.2 billion people. That's almost a third of the world's population, that accounts for nearly 28% of the global trade. Premier Li Qiang, speaking at the ASEAN +3 summit last week, reaffirmed the central government's strong support to Hong Kong's bid to join RCEP. We are committed to bringing important value to RCEP by fostering regional cooperation with member economies. The Hong Kong ASEAN government is committed to a Green ASEAN +3 summit last week, reaffirmed the central government's strong support to Hong Kong's bid to join RCEP. We are committed to bringing important value to RCEP by fostering regional cooperation with member economies. The Belt and Road is also an important catalyst for green development. The Hong Kong ASEAN government is committed to a green future. We are focused on green financing, including the issuing of green bonds, as well as building ESG awareness. Hong Kong Exchange, late last year, launched Core Climate. The international carbon marketplace connects capital with climate-related products and opportunities in Hong Kong, the mainland, the rest of Asia, and beyond. Hong Kong and the mainland, I'm delighted to add, are exchanging 2 environmental MOUs at this summit. One on water quality management, the other on environmental and meteorological monitoring. Hong Kong will also exchange today an environmental protection MOU with Sri Lanka. Looking ahead, I will be promoting Hong Kong to more Belt and Road countries and regions, from Central Asia to Eastern Europe and Africa, and to other economies that are keen to connect with Hong Kong and our country. Ladies and gentlemen, Hong Kong is a Belt and Road superhighway. We connect and add value to businesses and people, and all the projects that come along. We also promote the exchange of cultures and peoples through a variety of projects and initiatives, including the Belt and Road Scholarship. To date, more than 430 outstanding young people from over 30 countries have benefited from this fund, pursuing undergraduate and postgraduate studies in Hong Kong. Over the next 2 days, some 150 young people from Hong Kong and other Belt and Road economies will join this summit's youth chapter. They will be our youth ambassadors, a big boost to our people-to-people exchange in the younger generation. Last but not least, my thanks to the Central People's Government for its continuing support towards this summit. I'm grateful also to the Hong Kong Trade Development Council for organizing this summit together with the Hong Kong SAR government. I wish all the best of business at the 8th Belt and Road Summit and a memorable stay in Hong Kong. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, the Chief Executive, for the opening address. Please be seated. 谢谢行政长官，请回座。As what the Chief Executive mentioned, welcome to Hong Kong. Welcome to the 2023 Belt and Road Summit, which promises to be particularly special one. So we would also like to take this opportunity to remind all of you to visit the exhibition area, whereas the Hong Kong zone, the Mainland Pavilion, the Middle East Pavilion, the Global Investment Zone, and our subtax zone to meet Hong Kong's world-class service providers and project owners from the Belt and Road countries. Our exhibitors will also share their insights and project highlights in open forum at Hall Yi next to the exhibition area. The sponsors and partners in the exhibition area will be delighted to discuss with you to explore potential business and investment opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the opening keynote speech by Mr. Ding Xuexiang, Vice Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China. Let's hear from the Vice Premier. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国国务院副总理丁薛祥先生为我们致开幕主旨演讲。
尊敬的各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家好。很高兴出席香港第8届“一带一路”高峰论坛。首先，我谨代表中国政府对论坛的召开表示热烈祝贺，对各位嘉宾表示诚挚欢迎。2013年秋天，习近平主席提出共建“一带一路”倡议，今年是10周年。10年来，我们秉持 共商共建共享原则，坚持开放绿色廉洁理念，努力实现高标准可持续惠民生目标，共建“一带一路”取得了丰硕成果。中国与180多个国家和国际组织签署了200多份共建“一带一路”合作文件，构建了广泛的朋友圈。我们携手建设中老铁路、雅万高铁、比雷埃夫斯港等一批标志性项目，中欧班列通达欧洲25个国家的217个城市。我们深入开展教育、科学、文化、体育、旅游等领域合作，打造一批小而美民生工程，通民心、达民意、惠民生，探索了促进共同发展的新路子。中国与60余个“一带一路”重要合作伙伴，货物贸易进出口额年均增长8.6%，非金融类直接投资年均增长5.8%。与共建国家在工作制度对接、技术标准协调、检验结果互认、电子证书联网等方面取得了积极进展。共建“一带一路”引领中国更高水平对外开放，促进各国共同发展、共同繁荣，为构建人类命运共同体贡献了中国智慧、中国方案、中国力量，成为深受欢迎的国际公共产品和国际合作平台。香港发挥自身独特优势，积极参与共建“一带一路”，持续加强与共建国家各领域务实合作，充分发挥金融、法律、航运等专业服务优势，推进人文交流，促进民心相通，做了大量卓有成效的工作。香港在融入国家发展大局的过程中，实现了自身更好、更大发展。女士们、先生们、朋友们，中共20大报告提出，发挥香港优势和特点，深化香港同各国各地区更加开放、更加密切的交往合作。我们支持香港长期保持独特地位和优势，巩固国际金融、航运、贸易中心地位，维护自由开放规范的营商环境，保持普通法制度，拓展畅通便捷的国际联系，在共建“一带一路”中发挥更为重要的功能。希望香港深化区域合作，进一步拓展经贸网络。香港背靠祖国，连通世界，是连接内地同世界各地的重要桥梁和窗口。我们支持香港尽早加入区域全面经济伙伴关系协定，与更多国家签订自贸协定和投资协定，与世界各地开展更加紧密的交流合作，深化与内地合作，共同开辟“一带一路”市场。希望香港完善金融服务，进一步推动资金融通。香港拥有完善的金融基础设施，开放活跃的金融市场。我们支持香港发挥国际金融中心优势，强化全球离岸人民币业务枢纽、国际资产管理中心及风险管理中心功能，进一步畅通融资渠道，发展绿色金融，更好满足“一带一路”建设多样化的融资需求。希望香港聚焦专业服务， 进一步发挥人才优势。香港专业服务业拥有大量国际化人才，竞争力强，发展前景广阔。我们支持香港发展高增值航运服务，加快建设亚太区国际法律及解决争议服务中心、区域知识产权贸易中心，加强专业服务供给，促进提升“一带一路”规则标准软联通水平。希望香港深化人文交流，进一步促进民心相通。香港中西文化荟萃交融，在促进中外文明交流互鉴、民心相通上具有天然优势。我们支持香港发展中外文化艺术交流中心，深化与共建国家教育、科技、旅游、艺术、青年等领域合作，加强友好城市交流，吸引更多学生、学者赴港留学研学，夯实共建“一带一路”民意基础。女士们、先生们、朋友们，香港“一带一路”高峰论坛已经是第8届，成为推动“一带一路”合作的重要国际商贸平台。香港参与和助力共建“一带一路”，前景广阔，大有可为。希望各位嘉宾在论坛期间畅所欲言，深入交流，充分挖掘合作潜力，为推动共建“一带一路”高质量发展做出新的贡献。最后，祝本次论坛取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
谢谢丁薛祥副总理。Thank you, Vice Premier. Ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, if you are interested in investment opportunities related to infrastructure and other developments, the project investment sessions given by project owners along the Belt and Road route will be a perfect platform for all of you. The sessions consist of 4 major themes, namely 1. Urban development, 2. Transport and logistics infrastructure, 3. Energy, natural resources, and public utilities, as well as 4. Innovation and technology. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zheng Yanxiong, Deputy Director, the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office of the State Council of the People's Republic of China and Director of the Liaison Office of the Central People's Government in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, will deliver his special address. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国国务院港澳事务办公室副主任、中央人民政府驻香港特别行政区联络办公室主任郑燕雄先生发表特别致辞，有请郑主任。
尊敬的丁薛祥副总理，尊敬的李家超行政长官，各位嘉宾、各位朋友，大家上午好。很高兴应邀出席第8届香港“一带一路”高峰论坛。首先，我受夏宝龙主任的委托，代表国务院港澳办，同时也代表中央政府驻港联络办，对论坛的成功举办表示热烈的祝贺，对出席论坛的海内外嘉宾表示热烈的欢迎。今年正值习近平主席提出“一带一路”倡议10周年。10年来，我国秉持开放、绿色、廉洁理念和共商、共建、共享的原则，推动“一带一路”给相关各国带来了巨大的经济利益和人民福祉，成为深受欢迎的国际公共产品和国际合作平台，成为造福世界的发展带，惠及人类的幸福路。值得一提的是，即便是当下 对“一带一路”诸多不爽的美国，历史上也是海上丝绸之路的参与者、得益者。早在1784年，美国立国之初，还处于百废待兴的时候，就派出了中国皇后号与中国通商，还专门选择在华盛顿总统的生日2月22日起航，以示隆重其事，最终到达广州的黄浦港。当时美国费城的有一份杂志曾经发出这样的憧憬：美国有一天终将成为像中国那样人口兴旺、经济繁荣的国家。足见当时的美国对海上丝绸之路的倚重。再过5个月，就是中国皇后号首航中国240周年。4个甲子过去，美国已经在诸多方面超越了中国，但至今依然是“一带一路”理念和实践的得益者。产业链、供应链因中国而更有保障，备受欢迎的物廉价美的消费品由中国提供，许多企业难以生存的市场空间由中国满足。见古知今，美国今天应该更加珍惜“一带一路”为全世界发展带来的机遇，而不是百般挑剔阻挠。任何不利“一带一路”的做法，都是不得人心、损人不利己的。令人欣慰的是，“一带一路”倡议已经得到世界上大多数国家的高度评价和热情参与，得到联合国大会的欢迎。在第71届联合国大会上，“一带一路”倡议在193个会员国一致赞成和共同见证下，写入了联合国决议，达成了国际共识。刚才丁薛祥副总理发表了热情洋溢的视频讲话，对“一带一路”实践做了深情回顾，高度评价，充分体现了中国政府对实施“一带一路”倡议的诚意和决心，也充分体现了中国人民的信心和意志。各位嘉宾、各位朋友，中央在设计“一带一路”愿景与行动的时候，始终把支持香港参与和助力“一带一路”作为重要的政策取向。习近平主席多次强调，中央全力支持香港、澳门高质量参与共建“一带一路”。丁薛祥副总理对香港参与共建“一带一路”给予了高度重视，提出了4点殷切的期望。李家超行政长官刚才在致辞中提出了一系列的具体的规划和务实的举措，充分展现了特区政府的主动意识和长远的眼光。接下来，各位嘉宾还将围绕论坛主题建言献策，发表真知灼见。相信这次论坛必将为香港参与高质量共建“一带一路”注入新的活力。当前，在2个大局交相演进、深度互动的大势下，中国式现代化万马奔腾，势不可挡。香港的独特优势越发凸显。回望过去，香港的每一次崛起，都是在世界变局、中国新局中实现的。环顾当今，“一带一路”就是香港必须把握住、能够把握住的重要变局、重大机遇。香港必须充分 发挥自身的独特优势，努力成为高质量共建“一带一路”的重要枢纽和关键节点。一是发挥背靠祖国、联通世界的优势，坚定地走国际化的道路，积极争取尽早加入区域全面经济伙伴关系协定 （RCEP）， 与更多的国家签订自贸协定和投资协定，与世界各地开展更加紧密的交流合作，以更加深入的国际化推动更加有效地融入国家发展大局。二是发挥高度自由开放的优势，在营造自由开放、便利、法治的国际化营商环境上下功夫，走出去与请进来结合，不断地扩大经贸朋友圈，当好连接内地同世界各地的重要桥梁和窗口，促进内地与“一带一路”沿线达成更多的贸易投资合作。三是发挥国际规则畅顺衔接的优势，积极提供金融、法律、会计、咨询、管理等专业服务，举办更多的国际会议、论坛和展览，汇聚八方来宾，联络各国企业，交流商贸信息，对接合作意向，为高质量建设“一带一路”牵线搭桥。四是发挥多元文化交融荟萃的优势，当好东西方文化艺术交流的桥梁纽带，加强教育、体育、艺术、旅游等各领域的合作，为“一带一路”人文交流搭建平台，讲好新时代的中国故事、香港故事，促进各国文化交流、文明互鉴、民心相通。各位嘉宾、各位朋友，中央政府驻港联络办将认真贯彻习近平主席重要指示精神，按照丁薛祥副总理的要求，全力支持、全情服务香港参与高质量共建“一带一路”。我们将协助内地相关部门加强政策解读，支持香港企业考察“一带一路”市场，挖掘贸易投资机遇，将协助与内地商会加强对接，支持更多的内地企业携手港企、外企并船出海，将支持香港办好“一带一路”高峰论坛等重大的国际经贸活动，促进香港与共建国家深化各领域的交流合作。我们坚信“一带一路”风光无限，香港参与和助力共建“一带一路”也必将前景广阔，大有可为。谢谢大家。
谢谢郑主任，请回座。Thank you, Director Zhang. Please be seated off stage. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Ms. Guo Tingting, Vice Minister, Ministry of Commerce of the People's Republic of China, will deliver her special address. Let's hear from Vice Minister Guo. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国商务部副部长郭婷婷女士发表特别致辞，有请郭副部长。
尊敬的丁薛祥副总理，尊敬的李家超行政长官、郑雁雄主任、林建岳主席，各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家上午好！非常高兴与大家共同出席香港第8届“一带一路”高峰论坛。受王文涛部长的委托，首先我谨代表中国商务部对论坛的举办表示热烈祝贺，向出席论坛的各位嘉宾表示诚挚的问候。2013年，习近平主席提出共建“一带一路”重大合作倡议。10年来，共建“一带一路”取得了实打实、沉甸甸的成就， 成为深受欢迎的国际公共产品和国际合作平台。在各方努力下，“一带一路”经贸务实合作成果丰硕，有力促进了全球开放合作，实现了各国互利共赢。我们与共建国家的贸易投资不断深化。2022年，与共建国家货物贸易规模突破2.8万亿美元，双向投资超过500亿美元，累计与20个共建国家签署自由贸易协定，推动 RCEP 全面生效，建成全球最大自贸区。我们与共建国家的合作项目更加丰富，聚焦完善基础设施、改善发展条件，建设了中老铁路、亚万高铁等一批标志性项目，实施了教育、医疗、减贫等领域的小而美民生项目，有力带动了东道国经济社会发展。我们与共建国家的合作机制更加健全，截至目前，已经建立了130多个双边贸易畅通工作组、投资合作工作组、服务贸易合作机制、电子商务合作机制，在促进战略对接、加强政策协调等方面发挥了重要作用。一直以来，商务部与香港特区政府保持密切合作，积极推动香港参与和助力共建“一带一路”。近年来，我们搭建起政府加业界多层次机制平台，在两地经贸合作委员会工作机制下，成立“一带一路”建设合作专责小组，指导工商界联合成立了工商专业委员会。我们支持香港举办“一带一路”国际交流活动，通过相关论坛、展会、主题展览等活动，扩大香港在共建“一带一路”中的参与度和影响力。我们鼓励内地与香港企业携手走出去，支持港企参与境外经贸合作区建设，促进两地企业联合赴共建国家开展项目考察和投资洽谈活动，已经促成了70多项投资合作意向。女士们、先生们，今年10月，第3届“一带一路”国际合作高峰论坛将在北京举办。我们相信，共建“一带一路”将持续为全球经济增添发展新动能，为各国各界提供合作新机遇。商务部将深入贯彻习近平主席重要讲话精神，按照丁薛祥副总理的讲话要求，不断深化与共建国家经贸合作，并一如既往地支持香港发挥自身独特优势，参与高质量共建“一带一路”，在融入国家发展大局中实现更好发展。一是支持香港发挥联通内外优势，更好打造“一带一路”功能平台，助力香港巩固提升国际金融、航运和贸易中心地位，发挥贸易投资通道作用，成为“一带一路”经贸合作的重要纽带。支持香港企业和各界人士参加进博会、服贸会、广交会、投洽会、数字贸易博览会以及中国东盟博览会等区域性展会，做大做强离岸贸易等新业态，更好保障全球产业链供应链稳定畅通。二是支持香港发挥专业服务优势，共同建设“一带一路”优质项目，推进内地香港与共建国家三方合作，支持香港企业有序参与境外经贸合作区建设，扩大两地企业联合走出去品牌效应，发挥香港在法律服务、商事仲裁、金融保险、设计咨询等领域的优势，更多参与“一带一路”对外投资和工程项目建设，持续提升合作水平。三是支持香港发挥两地合作优势，不断增强“一带一路”参与能力，在 CEPA 框架下进一步扩大对香港服务贸易开放，增进数字贸易合作，促进要素便捷流动。支持香港作为单独关税区尽早加入 RCEP， 更广泛参与国际和区域经济合作，实施好商务领域支持粤港澳大湾区建设的政策措施，不断增强香港参与“一带一路”建设的能力。女士们、先生们，本次论坛为香港更好发挥在共建“一带一路”中的重要作用提供了重要的平台，期待各位嘉宾深入探讨、充分交流，共话10年成就，共商未来发展，共同为推动共建“一带一路”高质量发展建言献策，为深化香港同各国各地区 更加开放、更加密切的交往合作，贡献智慧。最后，预祝本次论坛取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
谢谢，谢谢郭副部长，请回座。Thank you once again to Vice Minister Guo for the special address. Please be seated. Coming up next, we will have a special address from Mr. Goh Ping, Vice Chairman of the State-Owned Asset Supervision and Administration Commission of the State Council (SASAC) of the People's Republic of China. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国国务院国有资产监督管理委员会副主任苟平先生发表特别致辞，有请苟副主任。
尊敬的丁薛祥副总理，尊敬的李家超行政长官、郑燕秋主任、林建岳主席，各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家上午好！很高兴与大家相聚香港，参加第8届“一带一路”高峰论坛。在“一带一路”倡议提出10周年这个充满历史意义和发展机遇的时刻，香港特区政府和香港贸发局邀请全球政商代表共商共谋，推动共建“一带一路”高质量发展，必将为营造有利于和平发展的国际环境，建设开放型世界经济，实现共同发展注入新的生机和活力。受张玉卓主任委托，我谨代表国务院国资委对论坛的成功举办表示热烈祝贺，向长期以来关心支持中央企业改革发展的朋友们表示衷心的感谢。习近平主席提出“一带一路”倡议10年来，已成为当今世界深受欢迎的全球公共产品和国际合作平台。香港作为国际金融、航运、贸易中心和国际航空枢纽，在高质量共建“一带一路”中发挥了不可替代的独特作用。国务院国资委坚决贯彻落实习近平主席关于“一带一路”的重要论述，深入落实习近平主席关于“一国两制”香港发展的重要讲话精神，指导推动中央企业加强同香港各领域交流合作，充分利用香港人才资金、专业服务等方面优势，在共建“一带一路”方面凝聚共识、夯实基础、拓宽领域、提升层次，成果丰硕。中央企业在152个共建“一带一路”国家在建项目超过5000个，共同建设了比雷埃夫斯港、中百工业园、中老铁路、亚万高铁等一批标志性工程和一批小而美的民生项目和高铁、核电等标志性产品，促进了当地经济社会发展、民生改善。同时，国务院国资委始终支持中央企业扎根香港、融入香港、服务香港，助力香港巩固提升竞争优势，更好融入国家发展大局。女士们、先生们、朋友们，潮涌湘江，风劲扬帆。面向未来，我们愿同香港各界一起，秉持共商共建、共商共建、共享原则，落实习近平主席重要指示精神和丁薛祥副总理讲话要求，致力于共同绘制“一带一路”建设精谨细腻的工笔画，推动“一带一路”高质量发展。我们将与香港各界一道，共商“一带一路”建设高质量发展之策。国资央企将聚焦香港所长，与香港各界 深度挖掘合作的契合点和切入点，继续深入推进与“一带一路”国家在基础设施、能源资源、经贸产业等方面的合作，积极拓展在绿色发展、数字经济、新能源、民生等领域合作增长点，特别要加强在重点领域、重点空间的深耕细作，推动共建“一带一路”高质量发展，培育全球发展新动能，构建全球发展共同体。我们将与香港各界一道，共建高水平创新科技产业生态。国资央企将以生物科技、人工智能、智慧城市、金融科技等为重点，进一步加大与香港在科技创新、基础研究、新兴产业等发展等方面的合作力度，着力打造新产业投资孵化平台，积极助力香港建设国际科技创新中心，推动构建“一带一路”科技合作新格局。我们将与香港各界一道，共享并船出海的合作机遇。国资央企将充分借助香港国际联系广泛、专业服务发达的独特优势，加强与香港相关各方的战略对接和产业协同，继续巩固在金融、法律、审计等方面的合作基础，形成发展合力，探索建立与“一带一路”国家新型合作模式，在高质量共建“一带一路”中拓展新的发展空间。女士们、先生们、朋友们，行而不辍，未来可期。香港正处于开创新局面、实现新飞跃的关键期。国务院和国资委和中央企业将一如既往坚决贯彻“一国两制”方针，支持香港特别行政区政府依法施政，积极推动中央企业在港投资兴业，以实际行动共建充满发展机遇、希望和活力的香港，助力香港长期繁荣稳定。最后，祝本届论坛圆满成功，祝香港的明天更加美好。谢谢大家。
谢谢苟副主任，请您回座，谢谢。Thank you, Vice Chairman Goh. Please be seated. Coming up next, Mr. Xia Weiming, Deputy Secretary General of National Development and Reform Commission of the People's Republic of China, will deliver his special address. Let's hear from Deputy Secretary General Xia. 现在我们有请中华人民共和国发展和改革委员会副秘书长肖卫民先生发表特别致辞，有请肖副秘书长。
尊敬的丁薛祥副总理，尊敬的李家超行政长官、钟彦雄主任，尊敬的林建岳主席，各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，在这天朗气清、金风送爽的时节，非常高兴与各位新老朋友相聚湘江之畔，共话“一带一路”发展大计。首先，我谨代表国家发展改革委和郑三杰主任，对香港第8届“一带一路”高峰论坛的举办表示热烈祝贺，对各位嘉宾表示诚挚的问候。习近平主席在庆祝香港回归祖国25周年大会暨香港特别行政区第6届政府就职典礼上发表重要讲话指出，中央全力支持香港抓住国家发展带来的历史机遇，主动对接“十四五”规划、粤港澳大湾区建设和“一带一路”高质量发展等国家战略。这些年来，香港积极发挥自身优势和独特功能作用，连续8年举办“一带一路”高峰论坛， 与共建国家积极商签自贸协定和投资协议，推进亚非法协区仲裁中心在港落地，设立“一带一路”奖学金，吸引共建国家青年人才，为扩大共建“一带一路”国际影响力发挥了重要作用，也在参与“一带一路”建设中提升了自身发展能级。国家发展改革委将认真贯彻落实习主席重要讲话精神，按照刚才丁副总理的讲话要求，支持香港立足新起点，把握新机遇，更好融入国家发展大局，进一步提升国际竞争力，在参与共建“一带一路”和粤港澳大湾区建设新征程中做出新的更大贡献。一是更深融入“一带一路”工作大局。我们欢迎香港积极参加第3届“一带一路”国际合作高峰论坛，支持香港举办更多高层次“一带一路”主题论坛和国际性展会，发挥好支持香港全面参与和助力“一带一路”建设联席会议机制作用，机制化开展“一带一路”政策沟通交流及能力建设计划，与香港特区政府深化政策沟通，形成上下联动、运行顺畅的高效工作机制，汇聚各方合力，共同打造更多具有全球影响力的平台载体，增强共建“一带一路”的国际影响力、感召力。二是更实开展与共建国家国际合作。香港是“一带一路”政建设重要功能平台，在金融、贸易、创新等领域大有可为。要增强金融市场吸引力，大力发展绿色金融，为跨国合作项目提供更多多元化国际融资，助力“一带一路”资金融通。加强与有关国家协商，尽早加入 RCEP， 与更多共建国家商签自贸协定和投资协议，积极拓展与东盟、中东等共建国家经贸合作网络，助力“一带一路”贸易畅通。要发挥好香港科教资源优势，加强国际科技创新合作，积极参与“一带一路”科技创新行动计划，对接全球科创体系，助力创新丝绸之路建设。三是更好参与粤港澳大湾区建设。香港是粤港澳大湾区的中心城市之一，在大湾区建设中发挥着重要引擎作用。我们将支持香港参与大湾区建设，深入推进设施联通和规则对接，促进香港与内地之间人员、货物、车辆、资金等要素跨境高效便捷流动，不断提升市场一体化水平，充分发挥前海、南沙、河套等重大合作平台引领带动作用，在现代服务业、科技创新等方面进一步深化粤港澳合作，推动深港口岸经济带和香港北部都会区联动发展，更好支持香港经济社会发展。女士们、先生们、朋友们，当前香港正处于从由乱到治走向由治及兴的新阶段，未来几年是香港开创新局面、实现新飞跃的关键时期。新征程上，国家发展改革委将坚定支持香港紧抓机遇，乘势而上，在共建“一带一路”和粤港澳大湾区建设中发挥香港优势，彰显香港作用，持续为国家加快构建新发展格局、推动高质量发展做出香港贡献。最后，预祝本次会议圆满成功。谢谢大家。
谢谢校副秘书长，请回座。 Thank you, Deputy Secretary General Xiao. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, we are very honored to have keynote addresses by Mr. Armen Shakliyev, Minister of Trade and Integration of the Republic of Kazakhstan, and Dr. Rasul Afandi Lukman, Special Staff to Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of Indonesia at this year's summit. So may we first introduce Mr. Armen Shakliyev to give his keynote address. Mr. Shakliyev, please.
Distinguished Mr. John Lee, Mr. Peter Lam, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan, let me welcome the participants of the 8th summit dedicated to the One Belt, One Road initiative and express my gratitude for organizing this event. Being the golden bridge in the heart of Eurasia, Kazakhstan has the first country supported the One Belt, One Road initiative announced by the Chinese President Xi Jinping in Astana in 2013. It is obvious that the One Belt, One Road initiative is an adequate response to emerging economic challenges on a continent-wide scale. 150 states and more than 30 international organizations have already joined this initiative. Over 10 years, Chinese investment in countries along the Belt and Road have exceeded 120 billion US dollars. And the volume of trade turnover has reached about 10 trillion US dollars. The President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, pays special attention to the implementation One Belt, One Road initiative connected with the national programs for the development of large infrastructure and transport projects. The integration of the new economic policy of Kazakhstan with the Chinese initiative of the Silk Road Economic Belt is being successfully implemented. 52 joint projects in various sectors of the economy worth over 20 billion US dollars are under development stage. Coordinated work is underway in the field of industrialization and investment. We can see the growing rates of mutual trade turnover between Kazakhstan and China. An essential pillar of the development of international trade is the mutual opening of markets and the development of supply chains. Taking into account the favorable geographical location of Kazakhstan on the Eurasian continent, our goal is to create the largest transport hub connecting Europe and Asia. Kazakhstan railway corridors are attractive and competitive. We provide optimal conditions in terms of cost and time for the transit of goods through its territory. The volume of container rail transportation in the China-Europe direction through the territory of Kazakhstan is growing annually thanks to the implementation of the One Belt, One Road initiative. In 2022, the growth was more than 60%. Within the framework of the integration of the new economic policy, with the initiative Silk Road Economic Belt, transport and trade routes connecting the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic, as well as Indian Oceans, are being laid. The new highway Western Europe, Western China, with a length of 2,700 kilometers, passing through the whole Kazakhstan, is of great importance to China and Europe. It is the shortest road to Europe with a cargo transportation period of 10 days instead of 2 months via the Southern Sea Road. Our seaports, Aktau and Kuruk, on the Caspian Sea, and our first terminal in the port of Liaoningan are also part of land infrastructure. Kazakhstan continued to build an infrastructure network both inside and outside the country. Thus, the logistic terminals was jointly created with Chinese partners in the port of Liaoningan, the Horgos Eastern Gate Special Economic Zone, which includes the industrial and logistic zones as well as the dry port, is successfully operating on the border with China. In May of this year, the constructors of National Railway Company terminal was launched on the territory of Xi'an dry port. Kazakhstan has created the most convenient condition for the transportation of goods in the western direction, including the European and Middle East countries. We consider the promotion of the development of trade and economic ties as an important aspect of our work within the framework of the One Belt, One Road. Over the past 10 years, Kazakhstan has achieved the expand a large export potential in the field of agriculture. Domestic goods are in high demand among Central Asia, European Union and Middle East countries. Also, Kazakhstan enterprises are widely presented with high-quality products in electronic platforms in China. For example, GD.com, Alibaba. Powerful financial institutions such as Asian Development Bank, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, as Astana International Finance Center, can give an incentive to expand investment activities in the Asia region. Of course, in this case, it is necessary to effectively use the potential of large dialogue and trading platforms. Taking the opportunity, I would like to emphasize that Kazakhstan has great investment potential and is ready to work actively with foreign partners. We are interested in creating joint ventures and establish new factories in the manufacturing and light industries in our territory. Developing cooperation in the field of new high technologies, green energy, infrastructure and finance. In this direction, the Chinese initiative to create a green Silk Road can become the main driver of a global low-carbon development. Dear ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to underline that even if many countries adopt their own development and cooperation strategies, at the same time, the One Belt and Road initiative is just a single platform for open, inclusive cooperation for the sake of universal development. We have ambitious goals to create of a modern transport and logistics system services on an international level, not only between Kazakhstan and China, but also through the Eurasian space. The One-Way initiative has launched a practical state to create a broad and integrated economic space in Eurasia. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a fruitful work.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shakalev. For the keynote address, please be seated. Ten years ago, President Xi Jinping introduced the idea of building an economic belt along the Silk Road in Kazakhstan and further proposed the building of the 21st century maritime Silk Road in Indonesia, which eventually became the now Belt and Road Initiative. Today, we are honored to have not only official representatives from Kazakhstan, but also from Indonesia here to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the initiative with us. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Rasul Effendi Lukman, Special Staff to the Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of Indonesia, onto the stage to deliver the keynote address for us. Let's welcome Dr. Lukman.
Your Excellency, Mr. John Lee, Chief Executive Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, Honorable Dr. Peter Lam, Chairman Hong Kong Trade Development Council, Excellency Minister of Trade and Integration of Kazakhstan, Mr. Arman Sakaliev, Excellency Ms. Go Ting, Vice Minister of MOFCOM, Excellency Mr. Hao Ping, Vice Chairman of SASAC, Excellency Mr. Xiao Weiming, Deputy SG of NDRC, Excellency Speakers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. It gives me a great honor to speak here today at the 8th Belt and Road Summit in Hong Kong and to witness the ongoing collaboration under Belt and Road Initiative. Allow me to take this opportunity to explore the potential collaboration between the Belt and Road Initiative, ASEAN, and Indonesia. I commend the important role of BRI in forging the investment flow to more than 150 countries globally, including Indonesia. As the largest country in the Southeast Asia and a strong development partner of China, Indonesia has been stable economically and politically after the domestic reform and of 1990s, and also in the post-pandemic environment. A sound fiscal and monetary policy underpins our economic growth and resilience. Despite global headwinds, trade has grown for 38 consecutive months, marking $7.8 billion this quarter. Economic growth marked 5.2% this quarter. Extreme poverty rate declined from 2% in March last year to 1.2% in March this year. And most recently, we re-entered the status of an upper middle income country based on the World Bank standard. Looking ahead, we aspire to achieve quality economic growth, emphasizing on sustainability and green economy. As a path toward Indonesia Vision 2045, President Joko Widodo aspires to improve our GDP per capita to reach $5,000 by 2025, 10,000 by 2035, and $30,300 above by 2045. To achieve this purpose, I believe that infrastructure development, both physical and digital, is key. To this end, engaging global initiatives such as the BRI, Belt Road Initiative, is essential. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia has just passed the baton of ASEAN chairmanship to Laos last week. The 43rd ASEAN summit that was chaired by Indonesia has resulted on 93 cooperation projects worth $38.2 billion. Moreover, 73 other potential projects worth $18 billion have been compiled from ASEAN countries and partners. These projects are varied from the development of the electric vehicle industry to cross-border payments. As chair of ASEAN 2023, Indonesia unceasingly promoted the region to become the epicentrum of growth. The leaders acknowledged the need to leverage new growth drivers, such as building the global supply chains, digital transformation, green economy, blue economy, creative economy, and inclusive economy. We also truly understand the significance of people's mobility and connectivity in spurring growth and productivity. Guided by such mindset, ASEAN has adopted so-called the MPAC 2025 Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity that focuses on 5 key areas, namely sustainable infrastructure, digital innovation, seamless logistics, regulatory excellence, and people's mobility, ASEAN should and will endeavor to focus its strategic development plan based on those pillars. Green, sustainable, and resilient supply chain should be the future of regional trade. Hence, investment in this area must be increased. At the recent ASEAN-China Summit, my president highlighted that trust and concrete cooperation have been the positive force for the regional stability and development. Belt and Road Initiative is indeed a concrete form of partnership. This BRI is complementing to the master plan on the ASEAN connectivity in making the ASEAN integration within the region as well as integrated the region ASEAN to the world. BRI cooperation has manifested concretely in Indonesia through the development of high-speed train, among others, spanning over 304 kilometers. The track will connect Jakarta and Bandung, two of the Indonesia urban cities that spread across 142 kilometers. The train carries significant economic values for the people, shorten the travel time from 3 hours to just 45 minutes at maximum, enhance the productivity, reduce the pollution as the train will be all electric, and creating several local economy within the transit area. Indonesia is currently building its new capital in East Kalimantan with a view to destin the city to become a green living space. And with this in mind, we invite investment to optimize the use of BRI in exploring opportunities in the new capital. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of our commitment to a sustainable future, we continue to adopt transformative economic policies. In this regard, downstreaming of natural resource-based industries has become a core priority. And to support this policy, we need to have the right infrastructure in place, such as roads, ports, and etc., that will facilitate the movement of goods from the smelters and beyond. We believe that the BRI framework can support our endeavor in this regard. Equally important, digital infrastructure is also accountable to improve growth and productivity. At the national level, we are committed to pursue affirmative policies to enhance the 4G and 5G connectivity. We are also looking into the use of low Earth orbit satellite to ensure digital access for all, especially in the remote areas. At the regional level, the recently concluded ASEAN Summit and its related meeting had also launched the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, so-called DEFA. In this regard, leaders agreed to develop modern, comprehensive, and coherent digital transformation strategy underpinned by, among others, digital infrastructure. As such, DEFA will serve as a roadmap for developing a stronger and faster digital economy in Southeast Asia. If implemented in 2025, DEFA is expected to add up to $2 trillion of economic digital potential by 2030. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I can say that Indonesia in particular and ASEAN in general looks forward to deepening the collaboration opportunity within the Belt and Road Initiative framework in the region. I'm delighted to continue working with you and look forward to having a future projects collaboration both in Indonesia and across the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lukman, for the keynote address. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the opening session. The Belt and Road Summit has long been a platform for partnerships to be forged. Today, we are pleased to share that there will be a total of 21 MOUs concluded during the summit, including 4 government-to-government MOUs and cooperation agreements across the areas of environmental protection, meteorological science and technology, and financial cooperation have been concluded, signifying the strong collaboration along the Belt and Road. We are pleased to have the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and our distinguished guests from around the world here to witness the exchange of the 4 government-to-government MOUs. Without further ado, may we first invite the Honorable John Casey Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, onto the stage. And also Dr. Wang Keqiang, Vice President of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, onto the stage to witness the exchange ceremony of the first cooperation arrangement. 现在我们有请香港特别行政区行政长官李家超先生以及中国科学院副院长汪科强博士到台上见证我们合作协议交换仪式。Our first cooperation arrangement is on water quality management between the Environment and Ecology Bureau of the Government of the Hong Kong SAR and Research Center for Eco-Environmental Sciences of Chinese Academy of Sciences. May we now invite Mr. Zhe Qin Wan, Secretary for Environment and Ecology, and Mr. Fang Zizheng, Secretary of the Party Committee of Research Center for Eco-Environmental Sciences, onto the stage. 我们现在有请环境及生态局局长谢展环先生以及中国科学院生态环境研究中心党委书记房自正先生移步到台上。那我们现在有请谢局长和房书记交换协议。Congratulations on the cooperation, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause. 那现在我们有请谢局长和房书记一起与我们的见证人行政长官还有汪博士一起合影留念。请跟着正中间的大会摄影师，正前方的。再次恭喜我们有更紧密的合作协议。恭喜 ，Thank you，Thank you, ladies and gentlemen， 谢谢汪博士、谢局长和房书记，请回座。行政长官，请继续留步在台上。Thank you, Dr. Wang, Mr. Deng, and Mr. Fang. Please be seated. Chief Executive, please remain on stage. Now, we would like to welcome Dr. Chen Zhenlin, Administrator of China Meteorological Administration, to come onto the stage to witness the next cooperation agreement. 现在我们有请中国气象局局长陈振林博士移步到台上见证下一份协议。我们有请陈局长。Our second cooperation agreement is on meteorological science and technology between Hong Kong Observatory and China Meteorological Administration. May we now invite Dr. Cooperation again. The future of collaboration, cooperation, it's promising indeed. 那现在我们就有请陈台长和曾司长一起跟我们的2位见证人，行政长官还有陈局长一起合影留念。请看着正前方的大会摄影师。Please look at official photographer right in front of you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to congratulate and thank you, Dr. Chen, Dr. Chan, and Mr. Zheng. Please be seated. Chief Executive, please remain on stage. 再次感谢陈局长、陈台长以及曾司长，请回座。行政长官，请继续留步。Our third MOU is on environmental protection between Environmental Protection Department of the Government of the Hong Kong SAR and Central Environmental Authority of Sri Lanka. May we now invite Dr. Samuel Choi, Director of Environmental Protection, and Mr. Supun S. Pertharich, Chairman of Central Environmental Authority, onto the stage. Let's welcome them. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we would like to invite Dr. Samuel Choi and Mr. Supun S. Pertharich. Please exchange the agreement. Congratulations! Hong Kong is really an important hub that connects the mainland and the world. Now we would like to invite Dr. Samuel Choi, Mr. Supun Pertharich, and also the Chief Executive to have a group photo together. Please look at official photographer right in front of you. Once again, thank you, Dr. Samuel Choi, and also Mr. Sukun as Patherage. Thank you so much. Please be seated. The Chief Executive, please remain on stage to witness the exchange of today's last MOU. The last MOU of today, it's on fostering financial cooperation between Hong Kong, China, and the Emirate of Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. May we now invite Mr. Joseph Chan, Undersecretary for Financial Services and the Treasury, and Mr. Hadi Badri, CEO of Dubai Economic Development Corporation, onto the stage. At this moment, we would like to invite Mr. Joseph Chan and Mr. Hadi Badri. Please exchange the agreement. Congratulations, a big round of applause. Hong Kong is a highway that connects and adds value to businesses and people, as what the Chief Executive mentioned in his opening remarks. At this moment, we would like to invite Mr. Joseph Chan and Mr. Hadi Badri. Please exchange the agreement. Congratulations, a big round of applause. Hong Kong is a highway that connects and adds value to businesses and people, as what the Chief Executive mentioned in his opening remarks. Now let's have a group photo, looking at official photographer right in front of you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again to the Chief Executive, Mr. Joseph Chan, and Mr. Hadi Badri. Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you to the Chief Executive and everyone here today for witnessing the important moments. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Executive and Director Zhang have to be excused owing to other engagement. Please give them a big round of applause for joining us today. 行政长官和郑主任因其他公务需要先行离开，在此我们以热烈的掌声感谢两位出席我们今天的开幕式，谢谢。The potential of the Middle East 政策对话环节一，发掘中东潜力 will commence momentarily. We are very honored to have invited several ministerial officials to share views with us. So see you all at Policy Dialogue 1, which starts at 10:30. Thank you.